both know that medication's prescription only. Last time I checked, I'm not a doctor.
Oh, you haven't answered the question.
Maeve.
Andrea was here less than 24 hours ago. There hasn't been enough time for both meds.
Okay, so you haven't given her any pills?
It's a pretty big call test.
Yes, I know, but I want to hear her say it, that you didn't have a hand in this.
What?
Nothing.
You did this?
Mr. Campbell, if you'd like to come to my exam, we can talk about it.
You wanted the baby gone. You pushed for an abortion.
I pushed for Andrea's rights to be respected, yes.
So you what? You gave her something? Did something?
Please, I know it's hard, believe me, but we don't always know why these things happen.
I can see why.
You said the pregnancy was God's plan. So surely the same goes for this miscarriage.
Shame on you. How would you know what God wants?
And you have a direct line, do you?
Maeve.
This is murder.
Hey.
Murder.
Trust me, I know from experience what you're
Children
going through.
are a gift from the Lord. They are a reward from Him.
And I'm very sorry for your loss.
Look, what you did was a sin, and one day
If
you'll
you'd like
pay.
to come to my exam, we can talk about it
Andrea,
there.
get your bag.
She shouldn't leave.
Get out of our way.
Andrea, what do you want?
Do not touch her. We're going to another hospital.
Dave, are you thinking straight?
Oh, ready for round two, are you? Not enough, I've just been called a murderer by a controlling misogynist prick.
Maeve! But what he said was
The guy's a Bible-thumping nutbar.
Okay, well, fair enough that you didn't want to admit it in front of him, but I need to know.
Look, I'd never do anything without a patient's consent.
But with it? I'm taking it as a yes. Look, I know how worried you were about Andrea's pregnancy.
And I'm relieved she lost it, because the last one nearly killed her, but it was completely natural.
Because she only took the first dose. The mifepristone.
Yes.
Which you gave her illegally.
Yes.
Okay, so technically the drug didn't cause the miscarriage, but what you did was wrong, Maeve.
I was helping her the only way I knew how.
Well, and the end justifies the means.
In this case, yes. He was forcing her to have a baby she didn't want.
Well, you could have found a doctor and made them listen.
Look, Andrea was freaking that people might find out. Her husband, the church, she didn't feel she could go to a doctor.
Well, and that's worth risking your career over.
I did what was right for the patient, because in my book, that always comes first.
And Serena, could you please cover for Mrs. Pickles and HDU when Tammy takes a break?
Sure.
Excellent.
Can you stop staring at me, please?
What you did was so wrong.
Maybe, but in the end, it made no difference.
Well, you weren't to know that. You still gave her the drugs,
Can
and
you keep your voice down, please?
So you're saying you'd do it again?
Oh, in similar circumstances, maybe I would.
Risking your registration, your career.
Can we just drop it now? No harm, no foul.
Except now I'm complicit too.
So what, you're gonna report me?
Well, they probably should.
Maeve, there's been a complaint.
Is this about Andrea Campbell?
It is. So could I see you both in my office in half an hour, please?
Me too.
Marty says you were there.
Yeah.
Then I'd appreciate your input.
Okay.
There you go. Now you can rattle me to your heart's content.
Andrea was readmitted with lower abdominal pain and PV bleeding and subsequently miscarried.
And she understood the pregnancy carried risks.
100%. That's why we raised the possibility of an elective termination.
I see. Now her husband is alleging some kind of intervention from one of the nursing staff. Do either of you know what he's talking about?
I do, Chris, and I have a confession to make.
Actually, can I say something?
Of course.
Mr. Campbell is very religious. Like, very. He wasn't happy with termination even being talked about.
Go on.
We were all concerned that he was putting his wife's life at risk, but Maeve was the one who spoke out. And, well, that conversation didn't go very well.
Okay, this is starting to make sense.
And obviously he was under a lot of pressure. He said some things.
And I responded, which in hindsight was a mistake.
Yeah, you might want to watch that tone, Maeve.
I will. I know I let him press my buttons and I'm sorry.
And that's it? Nothing more?
Not that I can think of.
Tess?
No, that's everything.
No termination drugs were prescribed.
And none were given.
Okay, Maeve, while I appreciate your concern, our patients must be allowed to make their own choices, religious or otherwise.
Of course. And there won't be a repeat ever again. You have my word.
Dude,
Go away.
we got me up to speed.
Oh, what?
And you need to get real, okay? Either don't get wasted or get PEP the next morning.
Whatever.
No, I mean it. Or get on PrEP and then you don't have to worry about HIV. Especially when some up-himself jerk lashes out at you when he can't handle his own problems. So come on, let's go.
Where?
To a GP to get you sorted. And then you can get back to being mad at me.
Hey, from Andrea to say thank you. Maybe I should get one for you.
Well, thanks for lying through your teeth card.
Even though I still have no idea why you did it.
I don't know myself, really. Except it wasn't worth ruining your career.
Hard for you to let it gross, though. Thanks.
Well, I look up to you, Maeve. You've always been so kind to me. With your knowledge, your time, everything.
Nothing special.
No, you are. You go above and beyond. And I know you helped Andrea because you really cared. It was compassionate.
I hope so.
Only it shouldn't have been your decision. Apart from anything else, it's too much pressure.
I can handle it.
Well, the rules are there so that we don't have to choose between who lives and who dies.
Nature chose in the end.
Maeve, I know that you've been going through a lot of awful stuff that you don't have any control over.
You think it's making me a bad nurse?
No, but I think maybe you're trying too hard to fix your patient's problems because you're struggling to fix your own.